Welcome to the Are Not Algorithms podcast. Today we're sitting down with Hef, who has been an A&R for the last 6 years, and we're talking about the new state of the music industry, the position that the A&R could become and what it's becoming now, and his experiences over the past 6 years in the industry. Thanks for joining.
Nice, dude. That was good. We're getting nice.
Yeah,
that was really good.
What the fuck is happening with you people through the lens? It's me, the PRT, Pert the Squirt, Pertinence. I'm in fucking shade again. To my left, I'm joined by my co-host.
What up? I'm Hef. I'm an A&R, and I'm not a co-host.
That's me. Hi.
Today I'm joined by my co-host.
Oh, I'm McClain. Hello.
Yeah, he is.
Yes.
Fuck yeah, he is.
What's up?
To the left of me, my bestest friend in the entire world. Go ahead, take it away.
Hey, what's up? I'm Hef. I like long walks on the beach, and I speak a little bit of Spanish. And I like tapas.
Tell the people why you're here. What the hell are we doing today sitting down? Why are you important? Why do we want to talk to you?
I have been working in the music industry for like 6-7 years as like an A&R, and before that, I was one of those nerdy little blogger kids, just bothering your favorite artists before they were your favorite artist. So I somehow ended up here accidentally.
Bert, explain the lightning round.
The lightning round. McClain and I will each ask 3 questions apiece. Hef to my left. Bar. I do this. To my left, we'll have approximately 45 seconds. Is that right? 30.
For all of them?
No, for each one.
We're getting down.
Oh, okay. I was going to say fuck,
We'll have
dude.
approximately 30 seconds to answer each of these uniquely crafted questions from me and my co-host.
A lot.
Let us begin.
Question number 1. Is there a set way that A&Rs get compensated?
Yeah, you get salary, and then sometimes you get points.
What are the typical points like?
It ranges. I think anywhere between like 1, 2 typically. That's the most I've heard is 2, but like I'm sure people have gotten more than that.
And
Nice.
can you explain what a point is on record?
So a point is when you get a percentage or a royalty point of that song.
Is that across the board, or is that just on the master?
I think honestly a lot of these are case by case. I believe most of them though, to my understanding, at least in the people that I've talked to, it's for the artist.
Piggybacking off of that.
Yeah, dude. Back the piggies. Wait, no, don't back the piggies. Yo, fuck that shit.
You can hold it very
Oh yeah, sure.
pass back and forth.
I've been super curious.
Yeah.
My only experience.
I am single.
Sure. Thanks for watching the A&A podcast. What's like a typical day in the life of an A&R look like? What are you doing when you wake up? I guess more of like a week kind of basis, but summed up in that 30 seconds.
Yeah, honestly, a lot of it is just checking on the artists I already have signed, making sure that they're good. All the projects that we're working on, whether it's singles or, EPs, albums, are moving along well, and everything's getting cleared and rolled out properly. Art's getting made, everything's being submitted. On a week-to-week basis, there's also a lot of research that's being done, and research isn't just sitting there and going through charts and data and stuff. Sometimes research is just talking to people and just like getting to know people, especially from like certain regional scenes. And like you find with a lot of rappers, it's like sometimes it's better to tap in and see who's just selling the shows out and having the good offline influence instead of just online, because that's really important still. Yeah. So doing a lot of research, just checking on the artists you already have, and then meeting with a lot of people, doing a lot of internal stuff, and making sure that whatever team you're working with is still flowing and as synergistic as possible. It's a good word.
No, you just made that up.
I didn't go to college either.
You've been maybe the only guest that has adhered to the 30-second guideline.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, you're crushing. These are great.
Okay, I got the next one for you.
But
Okay. So over the last couple of years, because you worked for 4 years as an A&R.
6 or 7.
6 or 7 years as an A&R.
3 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
How have the record deals shifted since you started working until now? And how are labels planning to stay profitable in a world where their percentages are likely being dropped lower?
Damn, see, this is the one that's going to take more than 30 seconds. So, okay, damn, that was a doozy. Fuck. A biggest change is that there's a lot more like percentage changes and just like licensing type deals. I mean, the typical like royalty 80-20 deal has not completely gone out the window, but it's not just like the standard for every deal now. I think a lot of deals will maybe start there, but at the end of the day, especially with TikTok and just the power that artists have in their hands and their fucking phone, like they can get the leverage to do that shit. Or honestly, a lot more singles deals right now, because we're seeing a lot more artists become, their moment is really just a song and not the artist because of TikTok for one reason or another. Sometimes it blows up into a career. Sometimes it doesn't. And so, you know, I think we're seeing a lot more singles deals, and that's kind of a way that labels are protecting themselves. It's like, we don't want to give an artist $1 million for 5 albums if it's really just going to be one song, and in 2 months no one fucking cares. So, you know, with that, everything is just kind of changed. Yeah, I mean, that's facts though, dude. I mean, it's just like, how many people have we seen blow up and have a song, and then who gives a shit? Or they don't even know, people don't even know the artist name. They say, oh, that's a song that goes like da 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 da. And it's crazy. You're seeing even with like big, like mainstream artists like Steve Lacy, that clip of him in the show on tour where people only knew the TikTok part. It's crazy. Destroy Lonely. It was the same shit. That's fucking insane. And those are big successful artists. Those are like near mainstream, if not mainstream artists. You got to think about the smaller artists that are coming out of nowhere without established fan bases like these other guys. It's like, there's not a lot of hope. You got to really play your cards right to make sure. This is over 30 seconds. I already told you. But yeah, you got to play your cards right to hope that it's not just going to be just the song, and hope that you got a killer fucking team around you to help build it out. I mean, more than just that.
Nice. I like that.
What do you think in the time you have been doing A&R? Because it's been, you know, as we previously established about 45 days ago, give or take. You've been doing this like for 6 or 7 years now.
Yeah.
So what's like your favorite discovery moment of finding an artist, and maybe not even like the biggest artist or the favorite artist, but just like the most unique of like, oh fuck, like.
I'm gonna fuck your head up, okay?
Okay.
So once upon a time, I used to work for this label. I won't name them, but shout out to them. And the guy who was my boss at the time working over there is not there anymore. He had me come out to New York. I was still living in LA. They're based in New York. So I go out there, visit them sometimes, work out of the office for a couple weeks. And, you know, we were doing our first research meeting of my trip. And he's all right, Hef, start us off. What do you got for us today? And I'm like, all right, so hear me out. I got this country rap parody song, but it's kind of fire. It's called Old Town Road. But you just gotta hear it. It's not like, I know, like, this is right after like a Farmer with Tracy and fucking Uzi, and like people are like, oh, that was but like it's over, right? And I was like, nah, dude, like it could be big, I think. And he's seeing me all excited, talk about this stuff, and he's like smiling, looking at everything that I typed in my email about it. And then he's just like, yeah, I'm not even gonna waste our time playing that stuff. Come more serious tomorrow. I didn't play any of the other stuff that I brought in that day. And then like 2-3 weeks later, it was the biggest song in the world. And I remember calling him, and bro, I cried. I'm not gonna lie, bro, I cried. I was like, dude, I don't know if I can find another song that will be this big. This is kind of the biggest shit ever. And I'm not gonna lie, that's a story people still ask me about if it's true. That's a story that still makes its rounds at that label still. And it's funny in hindsight, but at the end of the day, it's like, oh man, I was making like $30,000 a year and could barely pay rent, and boy, would that have just changed everything.
You feel like you're able to like get like on the like. Did you ever get a sorry? You ever get like a something?
I got it. You'll find another one.
God,
I got it. You'll find. It's like, bro, it's a lot easier to say that you're making $250,000 a year. Like, I can't pay my bills next month probably. So, but you know, it's all honestly, like, I don't want to say that in any type of negative light. Like, at the end of the day, I learned a lot from that experience, and like knowing that I could find something that no one gave a fuck. Dude, it wasn't on Spotify. It wasn't popping yet. It was a meme, dude. I'm just this fucking chronically online handsome man that like found this song, and I was like, yo, this song could go. It wasn't even on Spotify or anything. It was just like had like 90K, 100K on YouTube. Wow. And yeah, but no, like I said, like that was really formative for me, and I learned a lot. So I'm grateful for that, honestly, for the way it went. Obviously, in the universe, I'm fucking paid right now off that shit. But I mean, I'm grateful that in this universe and in this reality that I had that, because it taught me that, yeah, fuck what anyone else thinks about what I bring. If I love it and I believe in it, I got to just go after that shit. So
beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Okay, so if you were an artist right now doing 200,000 streams a day on your catalog, and you own over 60% of each record, what deal points would it take you to get to sign a label deal?
It's hard to put that, because a lot of that depends on the type of team I'm going to. It depends on who's the person's going to be working my shit. It depends on their digital team, like where's the song going and how strong are their strengths in putting gas on the flame in that area, but also to fan the flames in other areas to get it going. I just want something generally artist favorable, and that an artist favorable deal can come in a lot of forms. I mostly just want a team that gives a fuck and is on it for more than just a moment in the song, and someone that believes in me and believes in my catalog and what I have out, but also what I can make and what I, am making. And I don't know. people that give a fuck. Honestly, that's more important than any deal point. Honestly, I mean, obviously you don't want to get bent over, and I don't know. There's kind of two schools of thought. It's like you can get really good terms and, better percentages or whatever, more ownership. You can own your masters and stuff, but it's like, still getting a ton of money up front. I kind of worry about that always because I know that I got to pay that back. So it's like, if I'm an artist, I might be more inclined to give up money on the front end just to get better terms and make sure that I'm taken care of on the back end and I'm taken care of as far as ownership and but at the same time, still getting a team that's invested. And just because they're not getting everything doesn't mean they're not going to be acting as if they weren't so much more invested as far as the percentage or whatever it is. I just want a team that's going to believe in me and take me across the finish line. So,
in terms of, in your opinion, being so heavily involved in the industry and meshed with the business side of things, part A, what do you think is the biggest misconception about the business side of things? And part B, if you could change one thing, what do you think it would be?
I think a big misconception is that when an artist isn't doing well, when an artist isn't releasing music, that it's always the label's fault. Not gonna sit here and say that the label doesn't fuck shit up, especially at majors. I've seen it happen a lot. I've heard of it happening actually a lot. But at the end of the day, I have been on one end of a lot of situations where artists will try and vilify the labels because it's an easy scapegoat, and the label won't say shit. Ever. I have never, ever seen a label respond to an artist bad-mouthing them. Whether the artist is right or wrong, I'm sure it changes case by case. All I know is that I've seen a lot of cases where the artist is just completely fucking lying, and it's crazy. It's crazy. But I think also in this era where it's a headline era, they want to be on the blogs. If you talk shit about your label, you're everywhere. If you have any type of relevance, there's going to be people that post it. Sometimes people just want that little bump in clout. So while I don't think that's the case all the time, I think labels can definitely be the villains and the bad guys in certain situations. I think there's a lot of times where fans just assume, and it's just nuts. Yeah. So yeah. And I'm sorry, what was the other half of that question?
Yeah, got lost in your eyes. Insane. If you could change one thing about
jeez, I would delete TikTok.
Really?
And all short form content. Honestly, maybe not all short form content, but I think while it's so much easier for artists to get a moment and break through and stuff, it's harder for them to sustain it. And past that, education about the music industry for artists is at an all-time low. Let's not even talk about financial literacy amongst artists in the music industry. And it's just I feel like there needs to be a lot more education, number one. But past that, there needs to be a focus on real artists and developing artists and shit, man. There's all these moments, and it's there's all these. I saw someone talk about this the other day, how damn, yeah, DDG got all these plaques, but it's because streaming's got shit fucked up. Because now if you just have a big enough audience, you can go gold, you can go platinum. There's YouTubers, fucking, what's his face? Rice Gum has a platinum song. Yeah. That's insane, okay? That's fucking crazy, bro. That's crazy. And it's I just hate how TikTok has kind of amplified that shit where it's oh yeah, if you just have a big enough audience, do music. You can go gold and platinum. You can get on the charts. You can do that shit. I hate that. And it's I'm not going to sit here and say that there aren't a couple influencers whose songs slap. It's tough because artists feel like they have to fit a certain way, or they have to do a certain thing to make it that way, and that's why there's so many people making songs for TikTok or TikTok songs, and it's shit that just feeds to people's short attention spans. And that's why artists aren't lasting today. I saw people talking about there's no fucking superstars anymore. And yeah, it's hard, dude. It's hard to have a superstar now because people aren't caring as much or as long. They care about a song. They don't care about an artist or the story and stuff. And that's why it's even harder in a way. As easy it is to blow up, it's harder to keep it and sustain it, like I said, just because it's you're fighting for an artist's attention that might not want to give you more than 3 to 5 seconds of your TikTok. And it's that's just... it's mind-boggling. So the two main points, definitely education for artists as far as deal types and structures and financial literacy, I think will go a long way. But also past that, I think just changing the system that we're in now where TikTok is king, and it's I just hate it. I just hate it. It's just breeding so many. It's worse than the SoundCloud era when it was just dye your hair, get face tats, and that's it. It's worse now. It's fucking worse. It's crazy. Yeah. And so I don't know, man. It's just nuts.
So do you think, since you're saying you would delete TikTok altogether, and obviously the music industry would carry on, do you think that right now it's a necessary evil if you're an undiscovered artist to be on TikTok, or do you think it's possible to be discovered and build a significant career without using it at all? And do you think that that's more significant if you could do that, and perhaps they could become a superstar by doing it that way?
I think it is absolutely a necessary evil. You're stupid if you're not using TikTok and shorts for all that shit right now. Because listen, while I hate it and its effects and the aftershocks of all that stuff, it's like the ramifications of it have been crazy in the music industry. At the end of the day, it's such a fucking cheat code, dude. It's playing the lottery for free. I tell people all the time, if you could play the lottery for free 3 to 5 times a day, as many times as you want,
With like a fresh start each time. Like
every
it's not
time.
like you can dig yourself a hole. Like you have exactly the same odds every single time. It's not like they sold more tickets this time or less. It's like you have the exact same chance.
Every time. I love that shit. I think that's incredible. And it's even the playing field. And you know, it's funny because back in the day, if you had a good enough dance, you're going to blow up that fucking song. Not any fucking more, bro. Who gives a fuck about some stupid fucking dance, dude? Like, I know it worked a couple times last year and stuff, but bro, it's not every time now. The shit that's blowing up a lot of times is artists and talent. And it's not even people that have a great look. It's like, oh my gosh, this person just has an amazing fucking voice. This person can play the shit out of that guitar, like all that shit. And that's what I fucking love, dude. That's what I love, is that it's bringing the spotlight back to real talent and real artists and people that are like fucking fire, dog. Like, you know what I'm talking about. You know, it's that's what I'm saying. I love that shit. It's absolutely a necessary evil for artists to do, not just TikTok, reels and shorts and all that stuff, because you're just leaving money on the table, because who the fuck cares if you're posting about your product a lot? If you don't love your song enough to post about it 100 times, stop making music.
Yeah. So it's really, you love the discovery portion of it and what it's capable of being to the individual.
From the artist perspective,
right.
Yes.
Shame that
And it's
share the same vibe.
right. And I guess it's really the mismanagement of those lottery wins sometimes that leads to the horrible possible outcomes that you're frustrated with in a way. Is that right?
Just like now, and now it's just like people I've seen at labels, like I talk to my friends and shit, I've seen it firsthand. It's just artist development just isn't there, man, because it has become so easy with TikTok. It's like the timer moves a lot quicker for artist development, and it's like if you're signing an artist that isn't popping, doesn't have a big fan base or something, like you can't just expect them to hit that virality on TikTok or whatever in like 6 months to a year, like whatever it is. Or even if they do, it's just like you have to work with them and help sustain it, because it's just like if you believed in them enough to sign them, why wouldn't you believe in them enough after you got a hit with them or after you had a moment? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I think that is a very frustrating thing that I've seen, and I've talked with a lot of people from other labels about, is that it's just like it starts the timer and it moves the timer a lot faster for artist development, because it's like, well, it's not working yet. It's that easy. It's all these other people that are, and it's like, okay, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, you still have people that are staying very true to artist development, and labels that are sticking with artists for years and like really developing them and caring and zooming in when shit gets tough. And when they see, oh, this isn't working anymore, let me not just give up on it. Let me pull beneath the surface and see why, and see if I can help from the root of the problem. Sometimes you can't. Sometimes you super can't. Sometimes you can, though. So,
that it for the lightning round?
Yeah. The thing I gotta say. I was peeping that sweater just now. You
like it?
Good. Yeah, you're looking handsome. When'd you get that?
love it.
I have no idea. Out of my box. I have a box. Should we talk about the box?
Yeah, absolutely. We should talk about this gas box, dude. Go ahead.
Is it the same as Roddy Rich's?
Dude,
Oh.
it's not even close.
It's
5
better.
times better.
Yeah, it's better. It's better. I have a system for my laundry.
This is already fucked. Oh my gosh.
So
There's only
we
one
moved into this house.
And that's a washer. I'm sorry. It's a washer and a dryer. Those are the only two systems actually use it for. I'm sorry. Go on.
Oh, you're good. I moved into this house 11 and a half months ago without a wardrobe, but I had a moving box. It was a big U-Haul box, I believe. And I still have that one U-Haul box in the corner of my closet with all of my clothes in it. And I have a bag that I use. So I have my dirty laundry next to the box in the closet. Then I have my clean clothes in the box. And I use the bag to transport the clean clothes from the washer and dryer back to the box. So about 3/4 of my clothes never get worn because they're on the bottom of the box. But I cycle through the stuff on the top.
It's worth mentioning that these clean clothes that go back in the box are not folded.
Yeah, that is worth mentioning.
They're an afterthought. It is just a...
Yeah. If you ever...
The trash.
Yeah. I was going to say, if you ever see me with wrinkles in a picture or something like that, just know the box had something to do with that.
I will say, though, I will say, I'm coming around to the idea of the box.
It saves a lot of fucking time, man.
Have y'all heard of a dresser?
I've heard legends
this
of
box
them.
is really easy. Yeah, I wonder if the box had like compartments that you could pull out and like put things in different places and organize it and wear all your clothes. Like, what do you mean, dude? What do you mean? What do you mean?
It's a fun surprise. See what shit.
It's a fun surprise. Yeah, well then pick a random drawer, dog. Like,
Okay, so like how we were just talking with obviously the new music industry and how TikTok is obviously affecting everything and like this DIY approach that has not only become like easier for artists to do, but is starting to prove to be a little bit more lucrative. Like if you just, hang on to your own song. Also, previous to this like new change of things, the A&R has been something that belongs solely to like the label side of things or to this more like major role. So how could you see like that position evolving into like this independent scale of things? And like, do you think the A&R always has to inherently be a part of the label, or do you think there's some slot to fill on like an independent artist team?
yeah, I mean, you absolutely don't have to be in a label to be an A&R. I mean, I know a couple of people that do a ton of really dope shit for a bunch of different projects, and they just do A&R consulting work across stuff. I mean, and that's like not just for putting projects together. I know people that just do research for a few labels, and that's it.
Sure.
So I mean, like, you definitely don't have to be just a part of a label to be an A&R. What was the other part of your question? I'm sorry.
No, that's really it. If you could see that position, and I guess maybe not with the same exact job description or like things that are expected of you, but could you see that like shifting? I guess you personally, like, how do you think you could like fit into like an independent team like that? So you're a bright dude who like has a good nose for taste making and all that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's like how they fit in is just like helping put together records and projects, and then I typically, in my experience, from what I've heard, I just hear people getting points on the project, getting a piece of the master, whatever it is, or publishing. I'm sorry. Maybe some people get paid for that. Like I know some independent labels that like kind of do the same thing. Where like I have some friends that work for just a local independent label and they get paid, and they get a portion of I believe some type of small percentage of it. But it's like at the end of the day, there's the A&R role is such a gray area because it encompasses so much, and it's like it's also very similar to like a manager role where it's just like you do so much, you wear so many different kinds of hats. It's like you can do that at a label or not. You know what I'm saying? At a label, sure, you get salary, insurance, 401k, but it's just like at the end of the day, like you can A&R for fucking anyone, dude. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, no, it definitely is not just tied to a label. It can come in, especially now where like the music industry is evolving and like distro companies are becoming more and more important for artists because fuck a label, bro. I can still get some label services help. There's some killer fucking distro companies out there. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And it's like I have a lot of love for some of these distro companies like a Virgin or like a Too Lost, OpenShift, who's fucking crushing it right now. You know what I'm saying? Like there's so many people out there that are helping artists go from upcoming to superstars. And that's it. It's distro, so it's cool. You know what I'm saying? And I know I kind of got off topic there, but yeah, but I'm just saying, like, that's why it's really important because you could be an independent A&R, just work on the projects you want to work on. You know what I'm saying? It's all about building a relationship and rapport with the artist and trust. More importantly than anything, is the trust.
So earlier you were telling us, and I guess to precursor this, I don't know if you're going to be allowed to talk on this, so you can tell me if you're not allowed to in these specific kind of examples of things. But earlier you were talking about how artists now typically find themselves in positions with more leverage, and sometimes they really know that and handle it well. So are there any specific examples that you can talk about of specific artists or specific examples or stories of people who had something going for them, they leveraged it really well, got something really great out of it, and it went well?
NLE Choppa actually did that first. So NLE Choppa was blowing up with his Shadow Flow song, and I remember the label I was working at the time, we flew him out. He was meeting with fucking everyone. He was still super young kid, 15, 16. We played Fortnite, actually. He was low-key, NLE Choppa, fire at Fortnite, dude. And Designer. I played Fortnite with both of them before. Yeah. They are fire. Anyways, yeah, NLE Choppa, so he had everyone trying to fucking sign him, multi-million-dollar deals on the table and stuff, million-dollar deals, I don't know the exact figures, but he was getting the kitchen sink, and he initially went with United Masters, and I don't know exactly how long that was. I think it may have just been his first project and like the initial Shadow Flow shit, but like he stuck it out and he went the fuck up, and then he got a ton of fucking money from Warner and stuff, and it worked out. He's still one of the most relevant artists today, and it's like he overcame everything. People were comparing him to, oh, he's NBA YoungBoy, he's this, he's that, and it's just bucket. Like, he's put up billions of streams since, and it's like, you know, that was someone that he just played the game right. And so I have a lot of respect for it, for sure, especially for him being so young. I think he had a great team around him, and, you know, he ended up working out just fine for him. But I was happy to see that, because actually just in that short experience that I had with him, I think we maybe met for 20, 30 minutes, but like, he was a cool guy. And so it was cool seeing him actually find the success after that, because it wasn't some asshole kid that, like, you think a lot of 16-year-olds just like, oh shit, I'm 16, everyone wants to fucking fuck with me right now. And it's like, yeah, nah, he was just like cool about it, and he was like, I just care about my money. I remember what he said. His mom was concerned about him going to the clubs because he was under 18, and he was like, I don't care about no guns, I just care about my music and my back end.
I was just gonna say that. Oh, you're talking.
I was like, yo, this kid got it, bro. This kid gets it. He's about his business.
Making music.
But I mean, obviously that was years ago and stuff, but no, it was cool to see someone that actually was like, nah, I'm gonna stay independent a little bit longer and get an even better situation. And he did. And it worked out for him. So super sick to see him grow up like that.
I think he's done a really good job too, and something that I think really attributes to staying power, especially in the new age, is like fleshing out the image and like the personality side of things. And he's done so well at that in terms of linking up with fucking, what's his name? You said it earlier, DDG and shit, or like just pulling up with who's that other dude? Yeah, exactly, man. Like shit like that. And obviously that's like a lot more recent. But even before that, I mean, he was doing the whole like YouTube shit where he was on health and wellness and really like fleshing out that side of things. And while I don't think that's the play from like a viral perspective, it very much so is in terms of a concrete foundation perspective where people are checking back and they can stay like tuned in, because the reality is like if you're not in front of people, they'll forget just because there's so many other people like him. So he's done a good job at like consistently staying in front of people. Wiz
Khalifa laid the foundation for real with his day-to-day vlogs back in the day, because now it's like that's what everyone is doing now.
Yeah,
everyone's doing that shit, and it's like it's so important to let people It's so important to let people in, bro. Bro, people want to love you. They want, because they feel like they know you through your music.
Yeah.
They feel like you're a friend of theirs, bro. Yeah. So that's why when you're in your Discord doing that shit with your fans, they're like on FaceTime with you. When like you're on Instagram Live or TikTok Live and you're talking back and forth, they feel like they're FaceTiming you. That's so important, bro. And like YouTubers do it, music artists do it, so many people do it, but it's such an important facet of entertainment. Maybe actors don't need to do that stuff, but if you're any type of influencer, whether you're an artist, an entertainer, TikTok, whatever it is and stuff, you have to connect with people, because that's what makes people stay, bro. That's what makes it more than a moment. That's what makes it, oh, that's McClain from Live 2. Oh, that's Purge. That's what makes it real. It's like, it's not just putting out the fucking music saying, hey, this is a storybook of my life. It's putting out the music and reading them the fucking story and every other facet of what you're doing. Yeah. So y'all know all about that. That's important, bro. It's important. Yeah. Let people in. Let them love you.
Yeah, right. They want to, for sure.
That new tattoo?
Yeah, dude, I'm picking. I'm sorry, families.
No, it looks sick.
Dude, it's giving me scabies right now.
Yeah, so slap it, dick. Don't scratch it. Don't scratch it, you dumbass.
I'm a hound dog.
No, you don't fucking scratch it. Bro, you gotta slap it. Bro, this is what I fucked up my tattoo.
Oh, no.
Because, let's see right there. I was scratching it. Down here, I was scratching it. I'm fucking it up.
Go get it touched up. Just go in. We can go together.
I totally will, but I'm not gonna fucking scratch my shit up again after that.
What if I sat on your lap while we got our tattoos
touched up?
Yo, moving on. As an aspiring A&R, what would you think in today in this, again, this new fucking economy that we're dealing in, that we're making a career out of, where do you think is the best or most fruitful place to start as like an A&R, as an aspiring A&R?
There's a lot of different ways to do it. Being an intern, if you can intern somewhere, that's great. Honestly, I interned at a couple different places.
And to start with that, not to cut you off, but just to like completely like flesh that out, like to go intern somewhere, like you just walk in the front door, or like
so sorry.
Emails, like,
so the outreach part can be hard if you don't have someone from the industry that follows you back. Cold emailing, don't cold email anyone. I don't speak for everyone, but I'm speaking for most people. I don't check cold emails for the most part. For the most part,
or at least take them seriously.
Yeah, because some of them, it's like, if I feel like someone's being really sincere, and it's like, oh, I see some of myself in this, but like, yeah, you know what I'm saying. But it's like most people are just trying to get a fucking. Anyways, but I think the best way to do it is always be sincere. If you are going to cold email, be short, concise, sincere as possible. Hey, my name is X. I really want to be an A&R. I'm a fan of your work and how you do things. I would love to get on the phone with you if you have 10 minutes to spare, 20 minutes to spare, even if I can just ask a couple questions, whatever it is. Expect nothing and don't ask for a lot, you know what I'm saying? And just be nice and sincere and stuff. So I mean, like, me personally, I got lucky. I got approached. I was a blogger, so someone saw that I was like writing about a lot of cool shit, and they asked me to come interview to be an intern for them. And then I just fucking moved here. But I mean,
fucking big.
Don't always do that, but it worked. But nah, it's just like you can reach out to someone through Instagram DM or like Twitter or something like that. I tweeted at people before. There was this guy, my old boss actually. I saw he was coming to LA. I said, yo, let me know if I can get you a coffee and play some music for you. Like, I had like $30 to my name, but I was gonna spend the $5 on that fucking coffee to get whatever the fuck frappuccino he wanted, right? And he brought me to the studio that night, and that was the night that I met him, and like I ended up getting a job and stuff. And it's like, it's not gonna always happen, but sometimes you gotta just take that leap. But the number one thing is, no matter what you do, don't talk too much, and be sincere and be nice. Be someone that someone wants to give a chance to. You know what I'm saying? Because some people, no matter what, will give you a chance. Those are really kind people. But also remember, no one owes you shit at the fuck all. No one does. No one does. Because at the end of the day, like, I can also speak for people and say that the approach is everything, because I've had a lot of people just be, oh, well, you're fucking up if you don't talk to me. And it's like, bro, like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
So it's like, I think the approach is everything. It's not necessarily what you say, it's how you say it.
Boom.
And so just make sure that you're going about it in the kindest, most sincere, and short way possible.
One way I've seen a lot of people getting into it recently is they just start doing stuff themselves. Like, you don't necessarily
That's the
have
only
to.
way,
Yeah, you can just like Max Motley, Mostly Music, Axel Tanner, Ari Elkins. Like, just start finding music that you love and putting it online, and it's like the new format of the bloggers, basically.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it is.
Becoming a tastemaker.
Yeah, just start doing it, because honestly, just the act that you are doing it already puts you ahead of so many other people.
Yeah.
Like, if you're just cold emailing people versus if you're actively doing it and people see this portfolio of you doing it,
Yeah, I'm glad you said
you're
that.
in the door.
Yeah.
So,
That's
yeah.
fair.
You have said you think every artist should be on TikTok, and there is like a little bit of a counterculture that we've seen to some of that, and they have very significant fan bases because of, like, I think that there is like this, there's the ease of being discovered on TikTok, which if you can circumvent that, and it might be 100 times more difficult to be discovered other ways.
Yeah.
But if you are like Junior Varsity or AG Club in that kind of pocket of things, and there's kind of like this slight rejection to, I think AG Club has 6,000 followers on TikTok.
Yeah.
And like, they've managed to cultivate a scene where even in LA they have 800 people come to their shows. I don't know, what do you think that and I guess the way that I've started looking at it is like there is these two sides to development completely. You have like your advertising and subscription based models of streaming services and stuff online, and there's very legitimate businesses that can be built out of that. But then the other side of the artist business, which perhaps labels don't really participate in very much, is the live side of things as well.
The reason a lot of people don't participate is because a lot of them don't make any money from it. And some people do, but that's why the 360 deal is so vilified. It's like, okay, you want a label to give you $200,000 in tour support, but we're not getting any money against that. So it's like, and that's money that you can make back through your streaming and stuff, but it's just like, I understand both sides, honestly, of course, because that is so important for artists and stuff. And I think that's why labels kind of shy away from that. And that's why I think it's important for labels to embrace the live show and help and nurture that shit. Because, man, I know artists that, like, Groupthink is an artist that I've seen that is a small artist that I signed when he had nothing out. And he has made a lot of fans from opening for people and doing that shows and stuff. And you can get on a playlist and you can get some streams. Those streams aren't fans, dude. Yeah. Those streams aren't fans. And so it's like being able to connect with people IRL and do that offline shit is so important, because if you go on the right tour, that can change fucking everything for you. That can change everything for you, dude. I knew this one artist, he's an amazing fucking singer, and he was already selling out his own tours, smaller venues, maybe like 300, 400, 500 cab rooms and stuff on the bigger end and stuff. He goes on one arena tour opening for this big band, and then he just finished his headline tour, sold out 26 plus cities, 500, 1,000 cap, some big, and it's like, yo, and he's independent, dude. And so it's like, it's crazy because that is just such another good example of like, bro, like that shit really makes such a fucking difference. You can still really build artists on the road. There's something to be said for these artists down in Nashville that are building a fucking big fan base just by playing all these little dive bars and every little fucking open mic they can, because you're gonna go up there, you're gonna fucking wow people. Who fucking cares anything else about you? I love your music now, dude. Like, I'll fucking follow you on everything, right? There's nothing that will make you a fan faster than feeling like you discovered someone. And that's what I think live shows do for people. You know what I'm saying? And that, especially with AI coming up and stuff, I feel like that is going to be the difference maker. Yeah, sure, you can have a Drake and Weeknd AI song. Might even be able to get the holograms for it too. But at the end of the day, it's not going to be the same as Drake and the Weeknd on stage actually doing a song they have together. Can you imagine hearing Crew Love together? I just gotta have just a moment for Crew Love, please. But nah, dude, like I'm just saying, like. That, and Nextel said this. Nextel, who's worked with Yeet and he works with Joey now, he said this on Instagram. He said that the live performance is going to be such a big part of artists still maintaining their power over AI copies or AI generated artists and songs and stuff, because it's still real. Like, the human experience is still real. I don't know if y'all have seen Ready Player One. It's one of my favorite movies. And at the end of the movie, he says, reality is the only thing that's real. Yeah. And that's facts. We can look at our phone and we can look at Instagram and TikTok and see people, but when you see them in real life, it's different. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm not a big like chakra energy guy, but it's different. When you're around people, it's different than seeing them on your fucking phone. You feel them around you and stuff. Yeah, and when you see someone performing a song with that energy and that confidence and that emotion, because let's be honest, like, songs are an extension of the artist and the person they are. Whether they wrote it or not, it is an extension of them. They performed it. It's an expression of themselves. And so I think when you're experiencing that in person, it just goes a whole longer way than anything else. And so, yeah, I mean, I just feel like live shows are so important. And so I wish that some labels were more inclined to rally around. And I get it. It's nickel and diming. It's a business. I get it. You know, I'm not the most like label-friendly A&R, I guess, as far as that shit, because I'm in the sense of like, I want to help the artist. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. If we're helping this artist get to the next level, like, let's fucking get there. And sure, maybe we'll spend it stuff. Sorry, I know I probably fucked up a couple budgets along the way, but it's like, at the end of the day, bro, it's like, I give a fuck, and I give a fuck about the artist being treated like an artist and a person and not a product. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, that's why the in real life, I think, is just so important, and just like still treating people, like artists like people and not products. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's so important.
How often are labels involved in the touring aspect and participating there, versus how often is that just on the artist, or they're just getting tour support but the label's not participating now?
And in my experience, and I have a limited experience compared to other people, but in my experience, it really varies. Honestly, it's kind of case by case. I think with smaller artists, you're not really going to find that for the most part. But with bigger artists where it makes sense, you know, it's like, I would not be surprised if Drake's label gives him some money for tour support. Not like he really fucking needs it, but we all love spending other people's money. So, I mean, it's just like, at the end of the day, I think it's probably a bigger trend with bigger artists where it makes more sense that they know it's like, yeah, I'm going to get the ROI on this because we're going to sell out. You know what I'm saying? They have like a real fan base, a real audience. They're selling merch. They have a real agent. You know, it's a lot different than like, there's this kid we're trying to pack out like 150 to 300 cap venues. They, you know, some people still will. Some people still will help, but I think a lot of times it's typically just for like the bigger artists that they know they're going to get the ROI from, you know.
As an independent artist, you only have your time that you can allocate to whatever area. So when you are focusing on playing the lottery every time, you are distracting yourself from being able to wake up every morning and think about putting the same energy that you are trying to put into making a viral video into figuring out how to develop that other side. Yeah. And perhaps because nobody's looking that way right now, that in turn, we're kind of hypocrites because we play the lottery so well on our side. Yeah. At least we like to think that like we also are looking in that other direction. Like, we're doing the storybook, like this whole thing is here because we've turned this into a stage where we're doing backyard performances, and like not many people are doing that on a monthly basis with an artist. But I think that if we stopped all of our videos in every aspect and only focused on how do we do the dopest fucking live show that we could possibly do every single month, I think that we would develop that side a lot stronger. And I think that there's like a legitimate play there. Yeah. So if somebody's not great at playing the lottery, maybe that's a way to look, I guess.
Yeah. And a point earlier of just like when you were asking him if it, you know, do you have to be on TikTok? Do you have to be doing this? And your response, which I think is completely correct, is you're stupid if you're not, just because like, I mean, you're just leaving food on the table, and that's silly for sure. But I think there is also something to be said about like inherent staying power with not ever playing with the fickleness of TikTok. And if you are somehow to do it, it's extremely, like, it's so much harder. There's no arguing that. But if you were to build that off of these instant gratification platforms, then your fan base is not tailored around instant gratification. And so then that staying power is a lot better. And that's where you see, you know, the AG clubs or like the junior varsities and these like examples that we bring up oftentimes where like, I mean, they're playing 700-800 people every night if they were to do a tour, yada yada. And I think they kind of slipped in through that back door a little bit towards the end of where things were still going. Things could still do well on YouTube and like really take off for somebody and start a career off of that. But I don't know. There's something to be said, I think, about, again, dude, just like real life is going to triumph the internet every single time, just because those emotions and that energy is so much more vibrant when it's a real thing.
Yeah. I really want to get Junior Varsity on this podcast because, I mean, they have 100,000 monthly listeners. I've at least heard, like, legendary tales of what they did in order to break kind of in the live scene side of things. I've been to, I think, 2 shows that they played at, and one of them was at this festival that most of the other acts were internet kind of acts, like people that have had sort of small to medium-sized moments on TikTok and stuff like that. Nobody gave a fuck about any of the other artists. All of a sudden, the smallest monthly listeners of an act has 600 people that file into the room and like are going crazy for it, and then it's dead for the rest of the entire thing. And like those other artists had 3-4 million monthly listeners. Like,
it's cosmetic. It's cosmetic.
Yeah.
It's all so cosmetic. Like Spotify monthly listeners, it's so cool, but it's also so fucking cosmetic. And there's something I saw the other day that I thought was so interesting. Apple Music, we all know, doesn't display any metrics or numbers, right? Y'all know that Apple Music has never had one song over 1 billion streams?
Really?
Not one. Wow. Not one. Like the closest one is like Ed Sheeran, 983 million. Wow. Good for Ed. It's a fucking streaming monster. But it's like, bro, like, what the fuck? There's hundreds, if not thousands, of billion stream songs, probably hundreds, on Spotify, which is insane. And it makes me think, because it's like, are we inherently equating value with the numbers we see versus the numbers we don't see? Because with a lot of rappers, especially a lot of like street rappers and stuff, like Rod Wave streams way more on Apple Music than on Spotify.
Really?
Yep. Way more. A lot of rappers do. That's typical. Sometimes it's more even. Sometimes it's more Spotify.
Really?
A lot of times Apple Music, rappers stream better on Apple Music than Spotify. I've seen artists that, more so regional artists, but artists that, especially if they're bigger on YouTube, it like translates to Apple Music better for some reason. I don't know why. In my experience, I've seen that at least.
What do you think the like user base is split into? Because obviously Spotify, I think, is a much more like global platform in terms of...
I think that's a big part of it. It's global. I think it's more focused on pop. You know what I'm saying? You look at today's top hits, most of them are pop songs, I would say. So, I mean, like, I don't know. I mean, it's like, and it's not to say that I think Apple Music or Spotify is more cultured than the other. I think it's really just... I couldn't tell you. It's like
That's
a weird,
point,
like anthropological science. Like I don't fucking know. But yeah, but I think it's funny because it's like there's so many people that look at an artist and like, oh, this guy has 50,000 monthly listeners. What the fuck? Blah blah. Yeah, okay. Well, that guy's still doing 1 million fucking streams a week still, and you have no fucking idea because you're looking at one metric. So it's like I think that's just another side of things where it's like it's so interesting seeing little stuff like that have an effect because the commentary from pseudo music industry professionals on Twitter is so insane. Or like, oh, this guy is his label did this. Shut the fuck up. Are you fucking kidding me? I don't know one fucking accurate thing. There's not one accurate thing you just said. Fucking, it's insane. But it's just like, I think the cosmetics of everything is just so fucked up, and like Spotify monthly listeners is not a rational way to equate it. Because also, you can have a few 100,000 monthly listeners. That looks cool, man. 800,000. That looks cool. You can have 1 million monthly listeners and not have any fucking money. So it's just like, it's crazy. So it's just like, it's such a weird thing to think about, where like Junior Varsity is a great example, where it's like, okay, 100,000 monthly listeners, but thousands of people at the fucking shows and stuff. It's interesting because they're not the type that is always going to post a ton of videos and pictures of their shows and stuff. It's really like, if you know type thing. And that's really sick. It's like a really cool underground thing. I really like that. And it's just like, I don't know. I think it's just a really weird era in a lot of parts of the industry, especially the parts of the internet are just big ass echo chambers, and it's just like, if it sounds right, or like, hey, this has a lot of retweets, this guy must be right, crazy. You know, like, it's the same crazy, because it all trickles down to affect the artist's mental, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like, these artists deal with comments every day, and I remember on the D'Amelio Hulu show, no, I didn't watch it, but you know, Dixie was talking about, every time I open my phone, negative comments, all I see, I'm like, damn, bro, I hate when someone looks at me the wrong way. I was like, imagine sitting there, you're just getting shit on by everything. Every time you open up, like, bro, what? What do you mean? So I can imagine, like, the effect it has on artists and their mental health, which is also not a talked enough about thing in this industry, but that's probably a whole other podcast worth of content. But no, I just feel like it's all the butterfly effect of everything. The Spotify monthly listeners, oh, well, now I think I know this artist's value and this, that, and that. I think I know how popular and relevant they are. Like, I mean, we see it with movies too, where people are like, oh, Avatar movie, who's actually going to see that? Well, like, a lot of fucking people, like maybe not the people in your circle, but it doesn't mean that people didn't go out and see it. So it's like the same thing in music. It's just like, people think they know better, and then like, a lot of times, like, I don't know. The internet fucking sucks, dude. As helpful and constructive as the internet has been, it has been so destructive. Interesting time seeing the impact of the internet and TikTok on the music industry and labels and all that shit. Yeah. Even the streaming era takeover was just insane. Like, I remember you could get posts on the same 5 blogs and get 30, 50,000 views on your music video. It's insane. That would never happen now. You can get the cover of Complex, you can get the cover of Fader, you can have cover stories run simultaneously all the same day on all the top platforms, paper, everywhere, and it won't give you 5,000 streams. It won't. I would bet my entire bank account that it won't. It's not gonna fucking happen, bro. It's insane. So
I don't want to put a dent in this, but I do gotta go. I know we have the game going too, so we gotta get a wrap on that, because I do have to split here in like now.
Game time. All right. This is a game called Texting Tunes. I've translated some very famous songs into emojis, and you have to translate them back into their real titled name. We'll start with Hef, and then we'll go in a circle. If you get it wrong, we can pass it to the next person. You get it right, you get a point. What's this?
Starboy.
Nice.
You motherfucker.
All right, Bert.
Dude, what? 7 rings.
All right, McClain, what's this?
Eye of the Tiger.
Sure.
Nice. Nice. I like that one. Give me the easy one, baby.
All right, what's this one, Hef?
Oh, fuck off.
Easy first round.
Oh, I got it. I know it. I hope it gets to me.
Got it?
I got it.
What the fuck?
I got this. Bert, do you know this one?
I don't like this. Oh, fuck. I'm gonna be so embarrassed because I'm gonna be pissed that I don't know it. Fuck, I should have never came on this podcast.
All very famous songs.
I don't even know pass. I can't do it.
Poker face, Lady Gaga.
Fuck yourself.
Yo, butt sex, pertinence. Is that it? No way. No way.
That's awesome.
That's crazy. Honestly,
Is that why you wanted to start with Hef in the beginning? Because you wanted Bert to get it?
I was gonna say just want to rock.
All right, you have 2 points.
Peaches, Jack Black.
All right, next one. What's this?
One, two, three.
I know.
Got it?
Yeah.
More.
Oh, Hef, I'm like that, dude. I'm literally so smart, Hef. I'm so clever and witty and cool.
Oh my gosh.
Should I steal it right now like a dog?
1, 2, 3. Last off.
Is that your guess?
Sure.
No.
Hef?
I have no motherfucking idea, dog.
Counting stars.
Counting Stars, I Wonder Republic.
Yeah.
I don't listen to that shit. What are you talking
Look at my
about?
nipple, Hef. Yeah.
Nice. That's a good bump, bro.
Yeah.
Nice crater.
I'm so good at these games, dude.
All right, this one's maybe hard.
What?
Sound it out. Sound it out.
Big girls don't cry.
That's -1 point. That's fine.
That's
Wasn't it my turn? It was literally my turn.
No, it wasn't.
McClain had the last one.
No, he stole.
no.
He stole.
All right, I'll
He
take
stole.
it. Whatever.
-1.
Fine, go ahead,
-1.
go ahead.
-1. You're not that handsome.
All right,
You're not that handsome. You're not that handsome.
I'm sorry. I thought it was my point. I got excited. I felt like the chosen one. I felt like LeBron. I was just a kid from Akron 2 seconds ago.
It's 1-1-3. 1-1-3. Let's do that.
1-1-3.
1-1-3.
It's McClain. McClain's turn now. Yeah, we're gonna skip for 2. Because it's
Whatever.
1-1-3.
Fire and rain.
No, I know it is now.
I mean, you could. It's your turn.
Set fire to the rain?
Yeah.
Set fire to the rain. Yeah.
Dale, I love you.
2 points. 1 point. 3 points. Hurt.
Money's help.
You what?
He's down. -1. -1. He's back on. He's back
What is that?
So it's 1-1.
Spited by his own rule change.
You did the whole thing. I said half of it. I should get half a point taken away.
That was the last. That was the last one. The winner gets $1.
Let's go!
Wow. No
I'll
way.
rub this in between my ass cheeks.
Nice.
Let's go.
Damn,
That's
well
awesome,
done.
Dylan. Another great
All
game,
right,
Dylan.
Pert, bring us home on the podcast.
Another great game. I did it last week. Don't think I forget.
No, okay.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Hef. I'm bringing it home on the podcast. Didn't tell me anything that I have to say, but thank you so much for joining us. Like and subscribe.
That's perfect. Yeah, end it there.